What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode from BackYardBoyz. If you guys are new to this channel, please lightly tap the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your post notifications. In the previous episode, I told you guys about the suspension work and about the headlights and things like that. In this episode, we're gonna do one more thing to the suspension to confirm that we don't have any shakes or anything, because I do still feel a little vibration when I press the brakes. So what we're gonna do is actually drop the rotor off for resurfacing, and if that comes back bent, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a new rotor, a used rotor, and probably resurface it and put it on. As you guys can tell, I did get the vehicle painted as well, and I don't know if the camera is showing you or not, but the color is a hint off. So what I did is everything's just slapped on temporary right now. The gaps are not set because I'm gonna most likely pull the fender and the bumper back off to get it repainted. I dropped off a piece of fender, the old original fender, with my painter, and he's gonna go ahead and make a custom color match. But guys, right now what we gotta do is take the front bumper off and take those headlights off. We're gonna build the headlights first things. This is gonna be my first time actually painting the inside of headlights, and let's see how it turns out. Let's go. Alright guys, well, I got the headlights pulled off, and I actually do have 3 headlights, which the other one that I was on the car is actually for sale. I'm not gonna use that headlight. Why? Because these upper tabs on that headlight are chipped, and this one has a broken lens, and doesn't matter because we're replacing both lenses. Everything else, all the tabs are complete on this headlight. So we're gonna go ahead and build this headlight and this original headlight right here. I don't know if you guys watched my white E92 M3 video, but basically I got a box roughly this size, made a hole in it right here for a fan, something to blow dry your hair, you know, stuck it in here, waited 15-20 minutes, made sure it's all heated up, and then we pried it, took off the screw. There's a screw right here, right behind this, so see that? Pull that screw off and just kind of peel the headlights apart and work from there. So I'm gonna set you guys up on a time lapse, and we're gonna do that inside the shop. Let's go. All right guys, so basically, you guys, one second. You guys see our system here? Made a hole in the box, taped it off. It is nice and hot. It's been 15 minutes on high blast. This sucker is cooked in here. So we gotta basically take this out pretty quick before it dries out, and just stay with us. I'll show you guys how we tear this apart. So I got a flathead, and we're just gonna start prying. Just kind of seep it in here. Make sure you're not putting too much pressure. See that? It just comes apart. Don't really care about this lens because I'm replacing them either way. You guys can see that just opening up. I gotta work on the bottom here. Tab here needs to be picked up, and we held it for 15 minutes. You can hold it for a little bit longer, but this is pretty gooey. This is nice. Let's come. Cut this stuff. You don't want this stuff touching anything, so just peel it back, and then we're gonna actually put some new stuff in there, so that way it's watertight. Okay, the connection is right over there at the bottom. And that's gonna set you free. We got one headlight cover fully off. What the plan is actually is to paint this fully black, paint this fully black, and then see how this chrome reflection. And then what we're gonna do is paint the inside of this. So this one here, I actually got to pull it apart, which I'll do right now. So painting this fully black as well, because it's gloss, or it's matte black right now. We're gonna make it glossy black, and then we are going to paint this thing here, which I don't know how it comes off. So goes up and then out. Anyways, it's interesting here, but I think there's something that holds it right here. But yeah, everything's gonna be painted black. Go ahead and do that same exact thing to the other headlight, and once that's all stripped apart, I'm gonna set everything up into its nice position. I'm actually gonna take these apart and sand them down, make sure, you know, the paint adheres to them really nice and the clear coat looks really good. And we're just gonna paint it inside here because there's no reason to take it to a shop. I have the clear gun and everything here. So set you guys on a time lapse and let's go. Alright guys, well, we got all the headlight parts basically taped off and ready, prepped out for some base coat and clear coat. What we're going to do is actually clean this stuff up with some alcohol prep, make sure everything's nice and clean. And right now outside is kind of like moist, so there's not much dust in here, and hopefully we don't have much dust in the paint regardless, because I do want the headlights to turn out mint. After that, that's going to dry out by tomorrow. I think we're going to put them all together, glue the new halo rings in because we have custom angel eyes, and then put the new covers back on. But as you guys can tell, there's about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces that need to be painted. So fingers crossed, I'll put you guys on a time lapse and let's get right into it. Alright guys, well, it is the next day here and all of our pieces have dried out and they look phenomenal. There's a couple of dirt nibs, but it's perfectly fine. It should be all good. We got this piece looking all sorts of clean. So basically what happened, I already assembled one headlight just because this is my first time doing it and I don't want to take super long just because I was being extra precautious with everything. But the second headlight, I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse and set it back up, basically assemble it back up, and then I have this stuff right over here for a new seal. I make it like the thickness of a straw and then run it all around inside here. I did clean out the old Jazz, which I already threw away, but everything's looking good. I already installed this piece right here, and then I glued the halo in right over here, so it looks something like that. This piece here actually goes on top of this, like that. It just looks super good like that. You guys get the point. And then this new halo ring, which is right here, I already got some juicy double tape on it, is gonna go right in the center on this one here. So that's kind of the end effect of the headlight, something like this. I got this painted black. It's gonna go over on the corner, and I got a brand new headlight cover, which is actually in that box right over there. So I'm gonna set you guys up on time lapse, and let's get this one assembled and back onto the car, and then we can do our wiring and wire everything up. That way everything works like OEM. Let's go. All right guys, about 25-30 minutes later, the headlights are fully built. Went ahead and put on the bumper bracket, headlight bracket, whatever the bumper slides into here, put it on, and look at this thing. It is just absolutely brand new. Looks gorgeous. And also what I did, I went ahead and wired it up to be completely plug and play, so the whole harness is in here. This just connects to the other side right over there. So you guys already saw how I pulled the headlights off. I'm gonna go ahead and fast forward to when the headlights are back onto the car and show you guys what it looks like. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right guys, well, went ahead and put the headlights onto the car, and don't they look just amazing. This whole front end, especially with this color, just looks super sick. Mocked up the front bumper, and we're actually gonna go pretty quick through this part because we do have a lot more things to do in this video. We do have a front lip, some lowering springs, put on the fender liner over here, put on that fender. We'll have a ton more things to do. So I'm actually gonna explain all the wiring and stuff like that towards the end of the video, but the halos are wired in and they are all plug and play. I'll show you guys right now. You know, did they turn on? I gotta turn the ignition on. All right. How's that?
That's
Are
it.
they on?
Yep.
So as you guys can tell, they literally work like stock function, everything. A little bit dusty right now. Gotta get wiped out, but they're super bright, super legit, and they look good when the headlights are on as well. It gives it like this kind of let's see if I can show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, because headlights on. So yeah, I don't know, I just love it, especially with this color. I told you guys earlier about the crack fender. I do have a new one painted already. I do have this thing in black, so I gotta swap all that out. So we're gonna set you guys on some time lapse, make some cool footage right now, get all that swapped out, and then we're gonna lower the car. I have not ordered spacers yet. That's most likely gonna be in the next episode alongside with possibly wheels, but I do have a front lip, which is right over here. And this front lip is literally gonna transform the whole entire car. Like that. Something like, can't really get that side up right there. Anyways, let's get right into working, boys. All right guys, well there you guys have the front lip. I apologize for the bad lighting. I will show you guys everything in detail. It fit pretty nice, not gonna lie. Made it fit real good. I went ahead and pre-drilled holes, that way I can get good coverage all the way up in here. Basically get screws all the way here, because usually you just kind of screw it down over here, and here it's double taped, and I don't really like that. I like it nice and tight fitment up here, so I went ahead and did that. But right now what we're gonna do is go ahead and install our lowering springs. We got some lowering springs, and we got a brand new rotor right over here, which I think is bent. I mean, the used one is bent, the one that's on the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and take this strut off, install a lowering spring, bolt and tighten up this fender because it is loose. Change this fender, you guys know that. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the fender liner on. I have all that stuff over here. And set final gaps for headlights, all that stuff, kind of start buckling everything together, making sure everything looks nice and neat. And we'll go from there. So let's keep working. Boom. Guys, look at this crazy transformation of this front end. This thing actually looks insanely mean, insanely wide. I don't know, it's just crazy. I love this front end. It is not even ground right now, so it's kind of funky. And I did not put the rear springs in just yet, but the ride height is about even front and back, which is not an even ground, so I can't really tell. But let's go for a test spin, and I'm gonna go out on some flat ground and show you guys what it all looks like. But I went ahead and set all the gaps up. All the gaps are sitting pretty everywhere, as you guys can tell, all even here. It's kind of funny because the camera gives it like a different angle here and here. The reason for that is because this is plastic and this is metal, so it's really hard to get a perfect butt match with plastic and metal. But that is where we at so far. The camera is making it way worse. I'll tell you guys, it is not half as bad in person, and I'll show you guys out in some better lighting. But this side as well, all the gaps are set, everything nice and straight. And I am missing one little thing, which I don't know exactly where it was. I gave it to the painter, this little M3 sticker right here, and I gotta find it somewhere. But anyways, let's go for a test spin, and I'll tell you guys way more about the car, how it drives, and see if that rotor fixed anything. Let's go. Anyways, you guys just saw on video what we did to the whole entire front end. Basically put all the springs on. Also, we changed this fender, tightened up everything in the front end, set all the gaps, changed the rotor. Everything is set now, and it is time to test if that bent rotor, was it actually bent or did it just seem bent? Because right now I'm driving it and it seems a whole ton better, to be honest with you guys. But I am feeling very slight shake when I press the brakes, and I'm assuming that is from the other rotor. So I'm not sure just yet. I might pull that one off, get it resurfaced, but let's get up to 60 miles per hour and see what it does. Because before it would shake already, and I'm at 50 right now, it's still solid. And we're at 60 and it's still solid. Without pressing any brakes, any gas, basically right now just coasting. It's pretty darn solid. EDC is off, so the suspension is not tighter, nor is the steering wheel tighter. Feels very, very nice. I'm very happy because that was actually the problem, which I was kind of doubting it, but it makes sense. The accident was so harsh on that side, it would make sense for that rotor to be bent. But guys, the reason why I only got one rotor, not both, because a lot of guys most likely will be saying, yo Tim, why didn't you just get both rotors? First of all, one rotor is like $600 new, and second of all, I looked up the Carfax on this car, or the history of this car, whatever, the maintenance, and the old owner right before me replaced both the rotors like 6,000 or 7,000 miles ago. Maybe they were like aggressively braking. That one is a little bit warped, but I'm gonna get it resurfaced because I'm sure they can bring it back into spec. But besides that, guys, this thing is just like, there's no better sounding naturally aspirated motor. Like, this thing is just gorgeous. I love this thing. All right, guys, stay tuned for the rest of the video. We're gonna be doing some donuts, have some fun with it, and I'll explain the front end and show you guys what it looks like. So let's right now just cruise. Man, that's beautiful. Let's go to Mexico.
Let's do it.
Our little burnout pad in Mexico. Listen to these downshifts. One more. Listen, one more. Ready? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Another cool feature, guys, is when you pull the traction control completely off on this thing right here, you actually have 6 bars. So it starts shifting very, very aggressive. That was a 5-0. I'm not trying to get caught, you know? All right, let's go to Mexico. All right, guys, well, we are basically done with the E92 M3. As for rebuilding it, everything seems to be very nice and tight. That rotor that we replaced, man, it made a whole ton difference. But this rotor here, it still shakes a little bit when I brake, and I did test it. Basically what I did when the wheel was off, I just kind of spun the rotor, and then there's spots where it got harder and looser, harder and looser, harder and looser. So I'm gonna get it pulled off and resurfaced, probably off camera, so it's not a big deal. But we did install a front lip, and we did install some E-batch lowering springs, which lowered the car a little bit. This car has EDC, so I did want to get coilovers, but the budget for EDC coilovers is like $3,000 or something like that, and I didn't want to get no cheap ones, and I did not want to lose the function of electrical dampening control. So that is the car right now. The headlights are basically everything. The gaps are set. The car is beautiful, as you guys can tell, and I'm going to explain a little bit. I mean, this front end is so aggressive. Let's just give it a stare. I mean, I don't know, this thing is, look at that, all around. It has all my like tasteful mods. I painted these black. These are usually body color. I got the double spoke grill, and then this I painted gloss black right over here. This is usually more of like a darker, like more grayer. And then we got that carbon lip, built headlights, and the front end just came together so darn nice. These headlights are wired in to the original factory wiring of the bulbs. So I basically just spliced it and connected the headlights and then wired them together. So basically everything's tucked away. I'll show you guys in the engine bay right now. So literally there's no wiring. The only thing you can't even tell right here, and right here is the only wiring. So it goes from one headlight to the other headlight. Tucked away nice and easy. Everything is beautiful. Looks like OEM, fits like OEM. And yeah, I don't know, on this gray color, on a white, maybe it won't look as good because it would be too contrasted. But on this color, beautiful, beautiful front end. You guys stay tuned for the next episode. We do have more mods coming for the car. We're gonna get side skirts, rear diffuser. We're gonna do something with exhaust tips because the tips are very ugly and small. But for now, let's do some more donies and enjoy the rest of the video. Let's go.
Hey, let's try not to kill me this time.
that tire.
Yeah.
All right, guys. If you guys want to enjoy more of this fun content, be sure to smash that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications. Also, don't forget to copy yourself some merch. I'm actually not rocking right now my merch. This is autoauctions.io, one of my favorite sponsors. These guys are awesome. Don't ever buy a car on Copart or IAA without checking it out on autoauctions.io, because you can and most likely will get screwed over. So be sure to check it out if it's ever been played before, any kind of funny history on it. Do your research, be smart. All right, guys, peace out.